my review on Deadpool. So the movie opens up with Deadpool with the song Angel of the Morning and Deadpool breaking the fourth law and Deadpool being, well, Deadpool. The entire style of the movie feels like it was filmed by the Merc with the Mouse himself and written by him. And by judging by Once Upon a Deadpool, as Fred Savage comment on lazy writing, it seems like that was the idea for both films. So, Deadpool explains how this is a love story, so it also was him actually assuming he killed the pizza guy that was stalking this girl, and he did it for kind of did it for free. So, and he goes to this bar that has other mercenaries there, hang out there and drink and make his best friend serve him these two drinks called a blowjob. and his best friend says, "Why do you make me serve that to the people, to random people?" And they get violent, and he starts a bar fight by serving it, by having it served to people. And anyway, this girl's getting this girl that was, stars in Gotham, plays Wade's girlfriend, and turns out she's just as crazy as he is, and he loves that about her. And they go go to an arcade for their first date, and it doesn't start. It's basically stuff was him actually paying her to go on a date with her, and he says, "Well, what can we do for the rest of the time we could go?" And they start having sex, and we see them actually carry through this, do this, have sex basically every holiday, and Christmas, Thanksgiving, have 4th of July, International Women's Day, I don't know, whatever that is, and anyway, it gets crazy and weird. Well, weird, or I don't know about weird, but I guess unusual, very unusual. This, I don't know, maybe it's just how it's edited. Anyway, they also see them reading books, and anyway, one day when and meanwhile um, Wade killed these bunch of guys as Deadpool and torturing Francis and the Colossus and Megatron's Teenage Warhead stuff. Him, and of course Deadpool makes fun of Colossus and the X-Men. I think he called Charles Xavier a pedophile. So Deadpool tries to beat up Colossus, but he ends up breaking off his arms and legs and makes a teenage boys like laughing at him. So Colossus just knocks him into a car and cut back to flashbacks and Wade proposed to his girlfriend and she said yes, and he collapsed after when while he's peeing, and turns out he has cancer. It's and his it's I'm sorry, it's in his whole body. And basically, actually, so, and, he suggests to this guy when he hit fuck it and decide that he wants to be a hero and be around Vanessa for a long time. And so the Francis, he meets Francis and this girl who he calls a angry version of Madonna. And Francis says what they're going to do to him in order to get his, in order to have his X gene activated, so he has superpowers, by torturing him. They do all kinds of shit to him. These and they say, you know, we could just shut your mouth, and he says you don't want to do that because after that, you can't get better at torturing me than that. So he basically puts him in a microwave oven, and he gets all ugly looking like the son of Freddy Krueger, and his so he Francis sees that at work, and he says, "You're not a superhero. We make soldiers and turn them into slaves, and we make them out of people like you." And where he's like, "What the hell's wrong with you people?" And Waze breaks out of his oven by headbanging this girl and stealing something with his mouth, and he's keeps his mouth shut. The reason why he's not joking, the reason why he's like is quiet, because he has something in his mouth. And he breaks free and gets in a fight with Francis, and Francis does his. It's a really good fight. Francis kind of wins, and he discovers after the building burns down that he has a healing, that he is has superpowers now, and he found out he has a healing factor, and finds out that somehow that also stops cancer from getting worse, and so he's on the hunt for Francis so he can fix his face, because Francis said he could fix his face, but he doesn't want to because he's so annoying. So Francis gets away because of Mason Teenage Wood and, Colossus. Colossus wants him to join the X-Men and thinks he would make a great X-Men. So Um, hey, I told you he doesn't. This has no that in Deadpool way. So, Frances and Deadpool are recovering from being a little beaten up. Francis has having that girl sew him, and surprised that she's still alive, and has a plan to kill him. And says, "Strange, I kind of missed the annoying bastard already." And Deadpool goes to as his two legs and one of his arms bones is healing as he and his arm healing, the bones in his arm healing. A little before that, Deadpool kind of cut off his hand and says, for those who haven't seen 124 7 hours, spoiler alert, and just cuts it off by just like cuts off with the knife that he so happens to have so he can get away from Colossus and makes fun of Gina Watson for being enforcing him to be an X-Men member. So it was pretty fun when when Deadpool says, "Margaret, are you there?" And Deadpool kind of makes Colossus makes them sick just by doing that. He's scared for dumpster trucks and is at Al's house, Blind Al's house, and his his hand's growing back, but it's now baby-sized hand, and he tells Al to go away because he wants to jerk off with Suzanne. Because big this result is dick can feel extra big with it. Because and then we see it about when Deadpool went back to see his girlfriend, but he kind of pussy out and just didn't show his face to her, and so how many years later, he decides to do again. Well, and this is it takes place in her work where she's I don't know, pole dancers, strippers. I don't know. Anyway, it takes place in this club. And Deadpool goes to show that he's alive or to save her before Francis gets to her. And he just goes to the bathroom and says, "You, come on, wait, you pussy." Just go out there and do it. And Francis gets to her first and kidnaps her, and Wade makes on Teenage Warhead to team up and save his girlfriend. And in return, he considering of Mike joining the X-Men. And so they help him out, and Francis gives his girlfriend basically what's going on, and she doesn't quite believe him, and kind of punches him or slaps him and says she is his girl. She's definitely his girl, alright. You're definitely his girlfriend, alright. And as was just in anyway, all three of them makes on Teenage Warriors, like Deadpool gets in fights with alongside Colossus and makes on Teenage Warhead and this army, and Colossus fights this really tough girl that he called Madonna, Deadpool, and gets in a fight that glasses a line, and Deadpool goes, kills all of the people, except for one, which was his best friend when they were being experimented and tortured. So he just knocks him out and drags his body out of harm's way, and goes after Francis and spells his name with the dead corpses. That's his real name. And he wants him to call him by his cool name. And I can't remember what it's going, but Gus Francis is just too funny. And so he goes up and he just pisses Francis off, and he gets in a fight with Francis and kills also more army guys, Francis's army, and she knows that it's Wade because what she said early on in the film, saying that red is his color, and he says, "You're right, babe, red is my color." And she is incredibly pissed at him because he made him think that he was dead for so long. He called him an asshole. And as Devil's getting his ass kicked and has like a knife right in his head, and says, and then he does like this thing with the hat, and he does this looks it. He does this, and does that to symbols, and he basically says it as he's dying to his girl, and the song's playing. You know what love was meant to be. You're the reason in my life. You're the inspiration. I wouldn't be. I don't know what the song's called, but anyway, it fits really good. And while Colossus getting killed by the skull, and Meg's song Teenage Warhead does her thing and saves Colossus' skin, and Deadpool just pulls out the thing, and it stops, and you hear this record sound slowing down. And the music starts movie music gets and the music stops, and he kicks Francis' ass in the boat that they're on that's not on watering thing, gets basically explodes, and Costas saves the two girls from not dying because they kick both of each other's asses, and they're both knocked out cold. And Wade tries to save his girlfriend from dying, and he does, and Colossus takes his girlfriend out of the scene that she was being kept safe in after everything collapsed, and Deadpool says, "Hey, my God, that was so hot." He says it sarcastically, and Francis attacks him, and they both say, and there's a fight, and he's pulls a gun to his head, and because he lied about he could fix his face, and says he's a fucking idiot for believing that, and Colossus stops him and saying, saying 5 moments. That's all it takes. And Deadpool says to do what? To be a hero.